Hi everyone, welcome back to Beef Reacts, and today we are going to be doing RWBY, Volume 4, Chapters 4, 5, and 6, and I do ask that you forgive me. I am doing this on Friday. I have a wedding this weekend, so I'm just going to be out of town, pre-recording. I can already feel the mouth start to get really sore whenever I talk for such a long period of time. And it sucks because I talk all the fucking time in general, in real life, with or without video rolling. I just never shut the fuck up. I'm not supposed to curse within the first 30 seconds. Fuck it. We're not even going to get monetized. It doesn't matter. So, with it, let's just get into the show. I do apologize. I'm going to talk as much as I can. Just sometimes... Alright, 16 minutes. Cool. Sometimes I just mouth feels it. I'm trying to do some tongue. If you see me randomly go, that's just me stretching my tongue. I hit the space bar. I need to remap that key. Let's jump into it. Crow's still looking dope as fuck. Always looking dope as fuck. And this looks insanely quiet, so let's get that there. Excuse me. I believe that's probably going to be a good spot for it. And then I'm going to hear this back and be like, damn, I'm stupid. I'm sorry, but like, Blake can fuck right off. Blake Torres is such a pussy. Like, such a piece of shit. And for those wondering, I did look it up. He's supposed to be 23 to 25. I checked the wiki. I don't know if it's right. I'm just saying I checked the wiki. He is about 5 years, 5 to 6 years older than Blake. Which, I don't know when it started. Still doesn't feel right. I don't know why my first thought was this is 100% the Spring Maiden. It could be the Spring Maiden.
Hello?
Excuse me? What do you think is in there, dog?
Hello, I'm Professor Osborne.
What the fuck?
Oscar?
Excuse me? I thought Oz was dead. They said he was dead. Is he not dead? Can he be dead? I don't want him to be dead, but could he be dead? He seems dead. Like, he seems like Dunzo. Dead. Gone.
You be careful with those tools.
Fuck you, Mom. Could you imagine just getting that back? Just the... Oh, fuck you, Mom! I do love Yang with her hair up. And her eyes, were they always that color? They always seem more red, not purple. She still looks great. Yeah, that's some PTSD. Is she wearing blush? Is that what that is? Is that blushing? I shouldn't say blush, but like, it looks like blush, right? Like, is she wearing makeup right now? That doesn't. I don't think that's correct. Or maybe she's just scared. I don't know. I can't read emotions good. Great shot. Actually, great angle of. That's such a great angle of the shot because you're having the arm be a vector towards her, and as she's looking back at it, you can, like, yeah, it makes sense because in real life people are gonna make that look and do that kind of thing, but artistically, you're also having a bit of a Dutch angle here rather than that, which is kind of creating this very odd look overall. Because realistically, she should be faced this way. Like, it should be like... Can I do this? Yeah, I can do this. It's like this, and like to be straight, it'd be like that, but they decided to make it a Dutch angle. You have that vector going up toward... Motherfucker. You have this vector going up towards her eye line going back towards that, and overall, it's like genuinely a beautiful shot. I'm not even just say that to just say it. Like, it is actually like fucking beautiful visual storytelling because it's giving you the crux of the conflict right in front of you. If she puts the arm on, what's going to happen? She's afraid of it because I think she can't just accept that she's lost her arm, and for her to accept that would mean putting that arm on. Thematically, at least. I could be wrong.
Wearing a skirt. I was just a TA. I didn't know what to do, so I just left the room to laugh.
Just the boys having a good fucking drink. Love to see it. Love to see it. Nothing better than reminiscing with the fellas or with the gals. Like, just reminiscing old stories. It's a good time.
Yeah, we told him it was a kilt. He'd never worn a uniform before, so he didn't know. Oh, that is terrible. What is wrong with you? Hey, the girls all said he had nice legs. I did that jerk a favor. Besides, that's not even the best part.
I ran through his sister. The best part, I fucked his sister. just gets real fucked with it. Banged his sister. And guess what? His daughter. She left her. Just starts fucking just shitting on Yang's mom. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it'd be kind of hilarious.
Like what you see? Oh, Miss Xiaolong, please join us.
Yes. Pull up a chair. Please pull up a chair.
I'm good. So, what are you doing here?
Despite popular belief, teachers do have a life outside the classroom.
Professor Goodwitch is working round the clock to restore Beacon to its former glory. But Mistral wasn't built in a day, and we all need some rest from time to time.
Look, let's not worry about that right now. So, there we were, standing in the auditorium, looking at Crow wearing a skirt. Then Oz tells everyone it's time to work on our landing strategy. The Broadway twins have always been interesting, to say the least.
That sure didn't seem to stop young Ty.
Hey, come on, man. She's right here.
Oh, please. She's a mature young woman. If she can handle combat, she can handle a few jabs at her old man.
So, like, did they all go to school together, or were they, like, teachers? Because here's the thing. I don't like the way he said that. I don't like the way he said that. But I want to hear it again.
The Broadway twins have always been interesting, to say the least.
That sure didn't seem to stop young Ty.
Hey, come on, man. She's right here.
Oh, please. She's a a mature young woman. If she can handle combat, she...
I'm gonna say it. Any dude who says, talking about someone who is 18 or 17, like just that, like that cusp, you know, and they refer to them as mature young woman, and they're above any age, it feels wrong. It just sounds wrong. It feels wrong. It looks wrong. And if it looks, sounds, and feels wrong, it's probably wrong. Just gonna say it.
She can handle a few jabs at her old man.
That's not the issue, Pete. And besides, she's still a teenager.
She is also in the room and can be directly spoken to. And I think I've been through enough to be considered an adult at this point.
So I banged your mom on Oz's desk. He just... yeah, you're old enough to be considered an adult, but there's still an appropriate setting to have... Like, he's... Alright, I forget the boy who cried wolf over there looking dude, or whatever. He's basically saying that your dad was a slut. I wouldn't want to hear that, personally.
Adult or not, you still got a long way to go before you're ready for the real world.
Oh my gosh, does every father figure just have the same 3 condescending phrases?
Yeah, but we only use them when we mean it.
Is that so?
As a matter of fact, it is so. If you honestly think that you're ready to go out there on your own, well, I guess you lost some brain cells along with that arm.
You jerk!
Are we finally talking about the Goliath in the room?
Miss Shaola... Yang, if you don't mind me asking, why haven't you tried on the arm yet?
Oh, yes. A piece of Atlas technology being given out like that is rare indeed. Not to mention the effort it took to deliver it here. It seems a great many people want to see you return to normal.
I wouldn't say normal. I would say back to, being able to use your right arm. Like, she's always probably going to be insecure about the fact of how she lost it. She might take pride in the fact that she did lose it protecting someone she cares about, but like, I don't really know if you can... It may not be the right choice of words there, Oobleck, that's all I'm going to say.
Technology being given out like that is rare indeed. Not to mention the effort it took to deliver it here. It seems a great many people want to see you return to normal.
I'm scared. Everyone keeps talking about me getting back to normal, and I appreciate it, but this is normal now. It's just taking me a while to get used to it.
Well, normal is what you make of it.
What is that supposed to mean? Do you want me to just pretend like nothing happened? I lost a part of me. A piece of me is gone, and it's never coming back.
You're right. It's not coming back. But that doesn't have to stop you from becoming who you want to be. You're Yang Xiao Long, my sunny little dragon. You can do whatever you put your mind to. So whenever you're ready to stop moping and get back out there, I'll be there for you.
Fear is like any other emotion. It comes and goes. It's all in how you handle it. Why, even I find myself wrestling with that emotion from time to time.
Really? You?
He's afraid of mice.
They bring only disease and famine!
Yes! Yes! Fuck the mice! I'm with it. I've been waiting for the right part to pause here because I don't know if it's going to be brought up, but she says... She brings up the fact that she feels not broken, but a lot of people were talking about the whole quote that I completely butchered, where I said was mishappen. It's misshapen. That's on me. I didn't know. I was young. I was stupid. It was a month ago. So where I think it kind of gets into this idea of like identity and what makes you you. And if she put her entire identity not in her arm but in her ability to fight, and now she has to completely change her style, that is like, not that it's normal, but she is missing a big part of her. But it's not like her tie is really wrong here either, because it's kind of on this scale of like identity being like water. Today I'm a reactor. Tomorrow I'm a cousin who's just at a wedding, who makes reaction videos. The day after that, I'm just going to be going to a mechanic to fix my fucking car. What I'm getting at is things can change and take shape and happen, where what your identity is today isn't going to be your identity tomorrow, and you should be always willing to accept those changes coming into your life, not because they're good or not because they're bad, but because it's inevitable. So like, you're not always going to be the best at what you do, but you could be the best for a short period of time. And I think you have a character who is as strong-willed as Yang, or as capable as Yang, being hurt like that. This is what I thought was going to happen to Pyra. But it's interesting that it's the arc that they decided to go with Yang. I didn't even fucking clock that on my radar. But when I said that a character like that hasn't lost, it's just, it's funny how it wasn't Pyra, it was Yang. Because now she has to live with the fact that what she did lose was much more than she ever could have thought of. She was in this for the fun. She was in this for... I forget what she says at the end of the first... Was it Volume 1? No, maybe it was Volume 2. Whatever the train was. I think it was Volume 2. She says it there, and I think that's where it's kind of said best, is... She's doing this because being a huntress would be fun. Well, now she's lost something that she never expected to lose, so how could being a huntress be fun when you risk life and limb every single day to do it? At least that's kind of what I'm thinking here.
And don't even get me started on their tails.
Yes!
Afraid of mice.
They bring only disease and famine.
He's right!
And don't even get me started on their tails. So hairless, simply unnatural.
Paul, I assure you, you're safe. There's no mice here right now.
Good night.
And there it is. Notice how that's always the foreframe. Yeah, foreframe's the right word. Foreground? Yeah, foreground, background. That's foreground, that's background. It's taking the focus away, and even if you looked at her, it forces you back here. This is the main decision that needs to be made. What is Yang gonna do? Turn over and die? Or live a new life?
It may be a while before we return. There is still much work to be done at the school.
I hesitate to ask, but is there any word from young Miss Rose?
Not yet. Have you thought about going after her? Trying to bring her home?
I've got to look after some things.
Come on, guys! If we pick up the pace, we can hit the next town before sunset.
Assuming it's still there.
Of course it'll be there. This one's supposed to be pretty big.
Higanbana. It's a well-protected village with a popular inn.
Which means no camping in the rain. See?
I'm with it.
Everything's gonna be fine.
You know, we've had a lot of ups and downs, but things could be a lot worse. I really thought we'd see more Grim. As did I.
I guess our luck is finally turning around.
You know, when you have somebody say that and you go up, you pan up towards something, movie logic dictates that there a dramatic irony is about to happen as a joke. But as someone who likes to believe that life is a lot like a movie, dramatic irony is just a great tool in life. I can't tell you how many times where I've said, wow, if this happened right now, it'd be the worst fucking thing and ruin everything. And then that exact thing happens. Now, you can call it manifesting, you can call it divine intervention. I don't really care. I just say it's silly and it's a movie moment. That's what movies are like. Oh god, it's hot. I don't even think Crow is trying. He's just vibing.
Luck.
From the woman upstairs. Red eyes. Said you wouldn't mind bottom shelf.
Excuse me?
Thanks.
But I went ahead and gave you top. Lucky you.
I want to keep a wholesome image. I want to keep a wholesome image. I want to keep a wholesome image. God, what I would give for her to give me top.
Thanks.
But
You can do
I
it.
went ahead and gave you top. Lucky you.
Come on! Come on! Yeah, they're fucking later. It's gonna happen. Absolutely bonkers. Absolute insanity. It's gonna be his sister, ain't it? Who else has red eyes?
Hello, brother.
Raven. So, what do you want?
A girl can't just catch up with her family.
No.
She can, but you're not. So how about we get on with it? Unless you plan on keeping these coming.
Awesome.
Does she have it?
Did you know Yang lost her arm?
That's not...
Rhetorical question. I know you know. It's just obnoxious that you'd bring up family, then carry on like your own daughter doesn't exist.
I saved her.
Oh! Okay, Crow. Let's hear that one more time. One more time.
Question. I know you know. It's just obnoxious that you'd bring up family, then carry on like your own daughter doesn't exist.
I saved her.
Once. Because that was your rule, right? Real Mom of the Year material, sis.
I told you Beacon would fall, and it did. I told you Ozpin would fail, and he has. Now you tell me, does Salem have it?
I thought you weren't interested in all of that.
I just want to know what we are up against.
And which we are you referring to? You should come back, Raven. way we beat her is by working together. All of us.
You're the one who left. The tribe raised us, and you turned your back on them.
They were killers and thieves.
They were your family.
You have a very skewed perception of that word.
I lead our people now. And as leader, I will do everything in my power to ensure our survival.
I saw. The people of Shion saw too.
The weak die, the strong live. Those are the rules.
Those aren't good rules. So, like, historically, might makes right just doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is that it completely discounts other facets of life, right? If you wanted to make might makes right a more realistic philosophy, you'd probably get into a sense of like elitism in the sense of like My Hero Academia, right? Where you should always try to be the best version of yourself in terms of a might makes right scenario. But traditionally, it just means that whoever is the strongest just ends up ruling. And it just doesn't work because just because you're incredibly strong or incredibly violent or incredibly cruel doesn't mean that you have any actual leadership skills. That also doesn't mean that there's some virtue in being weak. What's the right word? It's not that it's virtuous now to just be weak, because weak is another word that's like might, where it can mean a fuck ton of different things. There's absolutely very little virtue in accepting that there is something that you want to do and deciding that you'll never be good at it. That's not a necessarily virtuous thing. There's a lot of things in this world that I am not good at. Now, I am not good at being a doctor. That's because I don't want to be a doctor. But if I sat here and I told you that all I wanted to do in life was be a writer and be a filmmaker and make shit and be creative, and then I sat down and didn't study it and didn't work my ass off trying to do it, or didn't, like, at some point, the starving artist doesn't just need to eat, but they need to actually do something. So, like, this might makes right mentality, it makes absolutely no sense, specifically from Raven, because you gave birth. You had a child, so, like, you had a duty to whatever's going on, totally fine. But, like, did you just leave your child because reasons? Did they not want to do that? Did Ty not know? Like, it makes you have to ask so many more questions, when in reality, just factually speaking, if, like, all I'm getting at is just, like, I can understand. I don't really get the whole might makes right, like, sentiment here, and I think that you automatically, because now you're creating a culture that to usurp you, they just have to kill you, and so that means you have to be, as the leader, you have to be strongest all times. But there's this thing called snakes, and snakes like to kill you, or they like to gang up to kill you. I'm pretty sure in the wild, even apes, like, if there's an ape that bullies all the other apes, or there's an otter that bullies all the other otters, they just gang up and beat the strongest seal, beat the strongest seal, or beat the strongest monkey to death until they just kind of mate with whoever the fuck they want to mate with. If you're going to believe in evolution, you have to think that somewhere down the line we were common ancestors with them, and if we're going to be common ancestors with them, and our common ancestor was doing the same thing, it's probably ingrained into our DNA somewhere. This ideology is not going to make sense in the long run.
I saw. The people of Shion saw too.
The weak die, the strong live. Those are the rules.
Well, you've certainly got someone strong on your side. I've seen the damage.
We couldn't have known the Grimm would set in as quickly as they did.
I'm not talking about the Grimm. And I'm not talking about you either.
If you don't know where the relic is, then we have nothing left to talk about.
I don't know where the Spring Maiden is either. But if you do, I need you to tell me.
And why would I do that?
Because without her, we're all going to die.
And which we are you referring to?
Damn, what a bitch.
Make this one a double.
Fucking king! Absolute legend. And the crux of the episode. She's now watching it, and notice how whenever you see it, it's no longer that Dutch angle, it's now a straight shot, so it no longer feels awkward to look at.
Okay. Let's get started.
She's Edward Elrig. Oscar. Worn stained shirt, woolen cloth. Ah. Good shit, Tim Reed. And good shit, Brian Arndt. Actually, beautiful fucking... You know, you can say things without cursing, Matthew. You're right, I can. It's a very beautiful concept art pieces. There we go. Those are words. Alright, now we're going to be on to episode 2. Be right back, everyone. I said episode 2, I meant episode 5, but I need to stop. Oh, we're back with Blake and fucking Son. Time to party. The front of my tongue hurts. They just leaked all over my fucking keyboard.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen so many faunas in one place.
This is the one place everyone can feel safe, no matter who or what they are.
Wow. Sure is, crowded, huh?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's nice.
Is it always so cramped?
Well, when you try and take an entire species and put them on an island that's 2/3 desert, yeah, it tends to be cramped.
Oh, she's really upset about that. You can tell by the facial expressions. On top of that, it's not cramped. Like, there's a lot of people, but I wouldn't call it cramped.
You guys have that much more space? Why waste it? A little desert never hurt anyone.
It's not like the desert in Vacuo, son. The wildlife here is more dangerous than most of the regions.
So they gave us a terrible island in the corner of Remnant to try and shut us up.
That's a pretty good summary, yeah.
Huh. Jerks.
Yeah?
We've tried to make the best of things.
Whoa.
This is Kuokuana.
It's beautiful. I take it all back. This place.
You know, I feel like the easy solution here is just not do any trade with Vacuo, right? You just kind of say fuck you guys and just kind of have your own little island economy and do whatever the fuck you feel like, right? Isn't that? I feel like that's the easy solution. I don't know though, because I am again not a economist, geopolitical expert. classic beef disclaimer here. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a dumbass. I'm looking at it. I'm seeing the best of it. I'm like, honestly, 2/3 of the island being desert just sounds like Australia. Like, it just kind of sounds like Australia, where 90% of the fucking continent is just inhabitable. We put a bunch of prisoners there, and, like, it's a powerhouse now. That being said, I mean, there's also the whole discrimination of the faunus. There's also the basic prejudicial attitude towards people that are faunus. But if that doesn't exist on the island, all you have to do is just, you know, make the island the best that it can be, which is what they're doing anyway. So it kind of seems like a moot point. That being said, the anger is completely justified.
It looks great. Why would anyone ever want to leave?
That's not the point, son. We asked to be equal, to be treated just like everyone else. Instead, we were given an island and told to make do. So we did the best we could. We came together and we made a home where any faunus could feel welcome. But this island, this town, will always be a reminder that we're still not equal. That we're still second-class citizens.
Didn't you technically get everything you asked for? Like, the only thing you're missing right now is a seat at the table in like a UN type situation. That's like the only thing you're missing. And like, I can understand you saying that they gave it to you to shut you up. But didn't the faunus win the war? So you've got, I thought you won the war, or maybe you just won that battle that Oobleck was talking about, but ultimately speaking, like, how do I say this? There are always legitimate grievances, and then there's always words. So like it kind of comes down to like a lot of really, really different ideas and like thought process, I guess. Because like if you're making that whole standpoint. By the way, I'm talking in the world of RWBY. I'm not talking about in real life. I just want to be clear about this. Because I'm trying to think like logically here. If you're dealing with people who just don't like you, and that is the extent, but you have everything equal in the eyes of the law, again, I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like, we've seen discrimination from people, but we haven't seen it from officials yet. So, like, I'm definitely missing something. I just don't know what they're asking for on top of what they're getting. Because the only thing I could think of that they're missing to be considered truly equal with the officials of Vacuo would be a seat at the table, which is like their own hunter and huntress academy, basically, which they could just start at any point by themselves without sanctions from them because they have their own country. It'd be like getting your own country and then being upset that the other countries don't want to fuck with you, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I'm doing a good job, and I'm definitely not smart enough to articulate my point. It just kind of doesn't truly make sense with, like, what she's saying, because she's saying, like, this is a place that accepts anyone and everyone, which is fantastic. They still treat us like second-class citizens. Well, then, why leave the island? And then you could say, well, then you could make the argument, like, well, they gave us this. If you won the war, you got the things that your leaders asked for in the war. If you lost the war, they technically could have just, like, this was, I'm assuming this was the peace treaty, right? Like, this had to be the peace treaty to cease fire within the war. So, like, this is the compromise, and the compromise is you get your own island. Granted, 2/3 of which is desert. But we have a real life example of that where a similar thing happened in Australia. So, like, how does that, I don't know. It doesn't track in my head yet. And I think I'd have to see what she's talking about because she obviously lives in this world. I'd also, by the way, this shot is fucking stunning. I would just need to see what she's talking about in terms of, like, how they're treated like second-class citizens. Because it's one thing if they're treated like second-class citizens in the state of fucking Vale. Like, if I go to France right now, I'll be treated like the biggest piece of shit on earth because I don't speak French. And I don't think that necessarily equates to me being treated like a second-class citizen if there's just people that don't like me by nature of existing. I think if there is, like, more of a, like, you're getting profiled by the police and that kind of thing, which we saw with Sun, but I thought he stowed away on that ship illegally. We met him by breaking the law twice. So in that moment, that prejudice not justified, but, like, he broke the law, and they saw him actively break the law by stowing away on the ship. So, like, it makes it a little difficult, I guess.
Island, this town, will always be a reminder that we're still not equal. That we're still second-class citizens.
Well, hey, this guy's feeling pretty at home.
All right, time to go home.
Oh yeah? Which one's yours? Can you see it from here?
Kind of.
Is it that one? What about that tiny one down there? I like the paint job.
It's that one.
I kind of love Sun with her, too. It's so cute. They're so adorable.
What is it?
It's just been a long time since I've seen my parents.
Well,
is it because you were kidnapped by terrorists at the age of 7 because you went to a protest fighting for this exact thing that, or is it, did they take you to it? Like, girl, you are aware that you have been groomed, right, into extremism, and now you're out of it because you chose to go a different way.
This way. Okay, if we're being honest, that's kind of intimidating.
Oh, damn.
Blake?
Hi, Mom.
Oh, they use the ears to be more expressive. That's cute.
My baby girl.
Collie, who is it?
I can already tell him to love her dad. So easy.
We were horrified when we heard the news. The Kingdom of Vale wasn't perfect, but it certainly didn't deserve what happened. We were both so worried.
Please, I knew she'd be fine.
That isn't the slightest bit true. You should have seen him pacing.
You guys have nothing to worry about. I've seen your daughter in action before, and trust me, she's got some moves.
And what exactly do you mean by that, Mr. Wukong?
Well, you see, sir, it's just that, you know, she's such a good fighter and all.
She's got the Gluck Gluck 9000, sir. You put her... I have seen her suck the bark off a tree. have a really bad sense of humor, and I'm aware of that. I just think it's so funny to just have people say the worst possible response to being asked stupid, simple questions.
By that, Mr. Wukong.
Well, you see, sir, it's just that, you know, she's such a good fighter and all. And as a fellow fighter, I have a lot of respect for her.
Why is he here
and her
again?
fighting, but also for her. But because of her
He
fighting,
just
I don't
kind
know,
of followed me
not
home.
to say she's not good looking. She is.
I
Very,
see.
or slightly. She's definitely above average. I mean, she's definitely above average. I mean,
The look of her face, like, what is she mad about? Like, I am so confused why she hates, like, I feel like, and I don't know too much about it, but as of right now, I feel like he's been nothing but nice. Like, he's stupid, but he's, like, stupid like a dog.
this tea is really good. Huh?
I like him.
So do I.
Darn it, I completely forgot about the meeting.
Gira?
Give me a moment.
He's so tall and handsome.
Is everything okay?
Yes, dear, just poor timing. He can reschedule. It's just been hard dealing with them lately.
Dealing with who?
The White Fang.
What? Dad!
Blake, what's wrong?
Miss Belladonna.
We had no idea you'd returned.
What are you doing talking to these people?
This is Corsic and Fennec Albane. They represent the White Fang here in Menagerie now.
Those psychos are here too?
Young man, I'm not sure what you've heard of our organization, but I can assure you we're not nearly as ferocious as the media would have you believe.
What we've heard? We've seen firsthand. Your fanatics slaughtered people.
What is she talking about?
Precisely what we came to discuss with you, Your Grace.
Is everything all right?
Wait, you guys seriously don't know?
No what?
The White Fang was at the fall of Beacon. They attacked innocent civilians, and they released Grimm into the school.
Is this true?
Sadly, Your Grace, it is.
Don't act like
That's enough. Explain yourselves.
Though it pains us to admit, it has become...
Hey, dog, if you're not happy about that, you're really not gonna like the guy who's obsessed with your daughter, who leads the White Fang, and had access over her from age... who knows, but he's 5 years older, and probably took advantage of her. You're really not gonna like that conversation. And I don't think Blake's gonna have it. And she really should. She should talk about that.
That's enough. Explain yourselves.
Though it pains us to admit, it has become apparent that the Vale branch of the White Fang is no longer operating under orders of High Leader Khan. Rather, they've elected to follow the rule of one Adam Taurus. I believe you're all familiar with the young adept and his extreme philosophies.
You know, Beacon wasn't the first time the Fang started shooting up Vale.
The High Council had their suspicions of a splinter group, but they could prove nothing until this latest incident.
Incident? People are dead.
And it is a tragedy.
Your Grace, we came to assure you that Brother Taurus and his followers do not represent the will of the White Fang.
And how can I be sure of that?
We understand if you bear any skepticism towards these claims. The White Fang's tactics are, admittedly...
Maybe it's... I just want to say it. Maybe you don't call him Brother Taurus. When I want to disassociate from somebody, I say, that douchebag Taurus. that, I don't know, child groomer Taurus. Those are the accusations I'd be throwing out, personally. Before you say that there's absolutely no proof of it, him basically being obsessed with Blake, I think, is kind of proof enough. They were together long enough. Best case scenario, feelings didn't happen. There is no best case scenario. There really is absolutely no best case scenario. He was in a position of power over her. He was mentoring her in that scenario. And we see even in the beginning, like, it became a very insidious relationship, and you kind of are forced to ask the question, did it start insidious and become insidious, or was it always insidious and masquerading as something that was much nicer and sweeter? Blake is saying that she joined the White Fang at age 12. Was in it for 5 years. Propaganda exists. All I'm going to say is propaganda, grooming. Grooming isn't always just a sexual thing. It's just propagating and forcing ideas into children's heads instead of letting them make their own fucking decisions.
And how can I be sure of that?
We understand if you bear any skepticism towards these claims. The White Fang's tactics are admittedly more aggressive since you stepped down as High Leader and became Chieftain of Menagerie. But
so that's how Blake got involved.
This is no way to make our message heard.
We have ample documentation from the council meeting, as well as several strategies to apprehend and punish these strays if you'd care to review them.
I will, but another day. I'd like some time to reconnect with my daughter.
But of course, Your Grace.
We completely understand. It was a pleasure to see you again, young Blake.
We were saddened when we heard of your departure from the White Fang, but understand if you can no longer support our cause.
It is a wearying fight, after all.
Who says I'm done fighting?
You mean when you blew up the stock car? That was for the Weiss Schnee like, you know, the Schnee Dust Company, and like killed innocent people on the car and did a lot more than just hurt the company. You hurt innocent people that are just trying to work. Now I'm ascribing the word innocent when it honestly, let me rephrase that. You hurt people who are just doing their job.
If you ever do wish to return, you need merely to come find us.
Sister Ilya would be elated.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
So, those guys were creepy.
I really don't like you.
But I love them.
An interesting development, wouldn't you say?
Interesting indeed.
So, shall we inform Brother Adam?
We shall.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have known when they called him Brother Adam and not Douchebag Adam. Groomer Adam. Yeah. Just saying. If you're gonna say you disavow somebody, you don't continue to call them brother. That's just... I feel like that's fucking a no-brainer here.
Excuse me. I was hoping you could help me find someone.
Not those eyes. Jesus. Michael Jones. So her her dad being the old high leader of the White Fang is very fascinating and explains why she was involved in it at such a young age and why she has such strong opinions towards it. So that adds a lot of characterization there. I was gonna say it'd be weird for her to be a 6-year-old at a potentially violent at a peaceful protest that could potentially turn violent. But I guess if your dad is the person, running it, probably gonna end up protecting you. But who knows? Yeah, but we'll be back with episode 6 next. And this will be the last episode for today, which is in chapter 6.
Another day, another adventure. What's on the agenda today?
Walking.
With a side of...
Walking.
Nora's optimism never fails to make me happy.
Haven is a lot farther away than I thought.
Yeah.
Ruby, how long did you think this journey was going to take?
I don't know. I grew up in a small area. I've never been this far away from home.
Like an episode?
Right, but
maybe 2?
How long?
Maybe like 2 weeks?
What?
Okay, fine. 3 or something. Look, whatever. Hey, what's that?
Me when we were first talking about driving cross country. How long will it take to drive cross country? I don't know. Cannonball runs like 25 hours, so like 40, maybe 50. No. It took us like 80 fucking hours to drive cross country. I think I was maybe even more, maybe like close to 100. I think I was in a car for like 4 days combined on this 19-day journey. Damn, Nora.
That's strange.
Good balance.
I didn't think we'd be hitting another village for a few days.
Are those buildings damaged?
Probably.
We should search for survivors.
Why is everyone fucking getting into this bullshit right now? I'm gonna say it, John. You shouldn't have dropped the map. Bad L. Tough luck. Unless maybe that map don't work.
Anything? Nothing over here.
No one over here either.
Damn, Nora.
It almost seems like the town was abandoned.
What's with this little Ozpin looking motherfucker?
Hey, I think I found something.
Oh, damn. That down look does look nice. That down angle.
Ani Yuri.
Ani Yuri.
Never heard of it.
Me neither.
I have. You might think of it as Anima's mountain glen, had it never been completed.
Oh.
Years ago, the richest members of Mistral were unhappy with how the kingdom was being run. Frustrated with the council, they pooled their resources together to build their own city, with their own laws. They hoped that one day, it could maybe even become its own kingdom. Many thought it would be the future. I know my parents did.
Oh, did your parents leave you? Or is it no kids allowed? Must have been a no kids allowed situation.
What happened?
What always happens.
The Grim.
Not just anyone.
One?
Come on. Let's just get through here. This place gives me the creeps.
Good guy, John. Just trying to help out his homie. Say, fuck your childhood trauma, let's get the fuck out of here. Smart move. I'm not gonna lie, I really love the way that they do the animation style in this show. Like, it's actually phenomenal, and it's just it always ends up being so fucking good. Oh, it's just boys singing. Opera? So she just sings a big fuck you to her dad, and her dad just doesn't care. Tough. That's a tough one, kid. So tough for the lass. Son, did you get a word of that? Not at all. Does no one ask what these depressing ass songs are about? I feel like it's a simple conversation to just ask. Is she in the what's that song in the background?
That's precisely my point. We offer faunas the exact same wages given to the rest of our mining staff. Their argument's completely invalid right out of the gate.
Well, I think the bigger issue here is our society as a whole.
What? You mean Atlas?
Atlas, Mantle, you can't deny the economic disparity between the two.
I mean, what exactly are you suggesting?
I'm just saying, I don't think it's necessarily an issue of
Where are you going?
as much as it's one of opportunity.
I'm just a little thirsty.
Sweetheart, we have people for that.
What? No, I can get it. I'll be right back, I promise.
Damn!
No one asked them to move here.
But companies like the SDC promised jobs.
I'm sorry, I tuned out for a second, but sounds like I'm the good guy again.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not the good guy. You're not at all.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
You two match.
Oh God, he's hot. There's just a lot. Like, I don't know why Weiss's dad has to be such a dick, but like, what? Other, I couldn't tell you.
Yes, it's a lovely painting.
So, that was my attempt at breaking the ice. How am I doing so far?
Not well.
You are leaving a lot to be desired.
Well, I've always appreciated honesty. Henry, Marigold.
A flower.
Weichny.
I know. I saw your performance. Obviously. You were wonderful. And I promise I'm not just saying that because you're pretty.
Thanks.
Honesty, remember? So, you thinking about buying it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, kind of pricey for a painting.
It's to raise money.
Oh, really? For what?
For what?
I'll admit, I only come to these things for the food and drinks. And the extraordinary company, of course.
This is John's competition. I don't see it. I don't agree with it. John Pira endgame, but he still needs his character development. He still needs the goddamn character development. And this is his competition? Hell no. I disagree. I am not floored, but I just disagree. This guy just kind of doesn't get it. He's stupid. He's dumb.
I'll admit, I only come to these things for the food and drinks. And the extraordinary company, of course. So, what? Is it another Mantle fundraiser or something?
Get out.
What?
Get out, or I will have security escort you out.
But I haven't done anything.
Leave!
No one looked at her from that?
Whatever.
I watched people I know die. And you don't even understand why you're here. My friends. People that would have risked their lives for me. Dead. And you don't even understand it. That's sad. That is very sad and very arrogant. Oh, look at that. We're seeing all the rich people be evil. Cool. I shouldn't say that because that sounds like I have, like, I'm a simp for the fucking whatever. But no. It's more of like, you notice in the background, it's like getting louder and louder. And what was this picture-perfect world is now slowly crumbling down around Weiss, which is also slowly crumbling down the audience. That's why he's getting mad at the waitstaff. That's why you're starting to hear the voices overtake, and you realize it's not just prejudice, it's ignorance. And ignorance plus prejudice typically leads to bad things. And by typically, I mean most definitely always. So, yeah, this is going to be a bad situation no matter what. These people are never going to understand the play of the Faunus, and it's just going to be tough. Tough for everyone. Show the world we care. Who painted that? Your brother?
Does it come as any surprise what happened to Vale? It was a long time coming, if you ask me.
Honey?
What? You said the same thing last night. If they're so arrogant to think they can get by without proper kingdom defense, then I say good riddance. Shut up!
Yeah?
Weiss?
You don't have a clue! None of you do!
Yeah.
Excuse me? You're all just standing around talking about nothing! Worrying about your hair, your money, your stupid problems that don't mean anything!
Weiss, that's enough.
Let go of me!
You're embarrassing the family.
I said let go!
Oh, she can't control her semblance. Damn! Put him down, Ironwood! Put him down! On top of that, the bitch had it coming. Imagine listening. Like, on one hand, people are allowed to be ignorant, to be stupid, to be absolute assholes. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe you can hold some of the worst possible shit ever. And that's fine. I don't like you. I don't agree with you. I think you're disgusting and should never be around. But you're allowed to do that. Because I can't stop you from doing that. And I wouldn't want to stop you from doing that. What I find insane here is this bitch really thought she could say to somebody who was at ground zero of losing fucking Vale and be like, nah, it's fine. No, it's on them. It's their fault for not having proper kingdom defense. Well, bitch! Wasn't it Vale's technology that failed? I would have just been like, that's weird. I was fighting Vale's technology. I had to fight against the robots that malfunctioned. You ever think about that? You ever think about how the kingdom fell? Did you ever think? No, you didn't, because you're a dumb fucking bitch. And if there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that dumb fucking bitches just never get put in their place because they're dumb fucking bitches. And it's just sad. And it's annoying. Because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Myself included. I'm a dumb fucking bitch. If you hear me say something in this video, future videos, past videos, where you know I don't know what I'm talking about, you're fucking correct. I don't. And that's the point. Like, God, I fucking hate this bitch.
What are you waiting for? She's insane. She should be locked up.
She's the only one making sense around here.
All right, James. Kicking ass.
Thanks for the party, Jacques.
Hey, I watched somebody fucking die. Not one person, multiple. It's a simple statement. Oh? Ren, I didn't know you had those pink gloves now. Have you always had those? Because they look good. Can he sense aura? Is that his thing? Jesus Christ. What did he just do? Oh my God. What is this guy's thing?
We're not looking for a fight.
Who are you?
Who I am matters not to you. Or you. Or... well, you do interest me. No, I only matter to you.
Okay.
Me?
You haven't the slightest clue, do you? Oh, how exciting this must be.
Yeah?
What do you want?
The rose has thorns. My little flower, I'm here to whisk you away with me.
Is he the big bad wolf?
Want to go with you?
Well, I'll take her.
We're not going to let you do that.
Good.
Oh. That's not a conversation.
John!
Okay. But she absorbs electrical energy. She absorbs it! Yes!
Well, if that isn't ironic.
Yes! It's sick! Yes!
Surprise!
Oh. Scorpion. A scorpion faunus, huh?
A faunus?
What is this about? The White Fang? Roman Torchwick?
Plastic soldiers and pawns. My heart and body belong only to our goddess.
Cinder.
Only in her wildest dreams.
Oh my God. Crow, help! There's Crow, baby. Oh, that was sick! My ribs are broken. Beyond repair. Back to him, too. He's the rizziest fucking character of all. He is the rizziest fucking character of all. I want to have that gentle fucking true masculine nature of just showing up, being a badass, and showing that you care. Give it up to Crow. The Riz is back. The Riz of Crow. Back at it again. Yeah, so that was, ooh, I do like that art. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. This has been RWBY Volume 4, Chapters 4, 5, and 6. And I'll see you all tomorrow. If you don't mind, just like, comment, subscribe, Discord down below, yada, 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 other outro things. Hope you enjoy, and peace out.